so happy to have you for another episode of the Baddie and Me. How are you doing today?
Thanks for having me. I'm doing pretty good. How are you?
I'm good, thanks. So, yeah, maybe you could introduce yourself. Who are you and how did you enter the Web3 space?
Oh my God, it's such a long story. So I'm Linda. I go by Lindau on X, and I was a tech consultant. And then after that, I joined a company um, in Web3 called Mask Network. And yeah, that's kind of how my crypto journey started professionally. I met one of my previous colleagues at a conference and we just sort of chatted and was like, oh my God, I want to hire you right away. My boss is going to, the founder's going to be in town next week, like meet up with him. And then I met up with the founder of Mass and I went through like two more rounds of interviews and I got hired.
This like this year or
No, this was almost 3 years ago. I no longer work there, but yeah, it was like such a surreal experience.
okay, so yeah, 3 years ago, I think we entered the space like about at the same time when it started being a hype somehow, like 2021, right?
Yeah, during the bull market.
Exactly. And then you stayed. And so what are you doing nowadays? Are you still working for other companies?
Yes, so right now I'm kind of an independent consultant. I'm working with emojicoin.fun, which is a launch pad on Aptos, and I basically help them with growth marketing and creating content on their X account.
Is it like meme coins, but you just launch emojis as
Yeah,
coins?
it's meme coins, but they're emojis,
And
which
so
is
is
more
it
fun.
now like anyone can just go on the platform and launch an emoji coin?
Yeah, basically.
Okay, and
You
is it
should you
on
should make one.
really fries?
And there no, you should. And I think and they're all unique. So like if someone has like fries, you can't also make another fries, but I'm pretty sure fries is probably sold. They launched last week and they did about 22 million in volume at launch, which is really, really good. Yeah.
Oh my God, that's huge. Okay, I'm definitely gonna check it. I mean, fries emoji needs to pop.
No, that's basically your badge. You need to get that one ASAP.
Check it out. And yeah, so I was saying like before we started recording that I really wanted to have that interview with you because the podcast or whatever it's called, like video series, is called the Baddie Me. And for me, you're like one of the biggest baddies of the
Oh,
space. Like, yeah, like I don't know. It's like the whole thing. It's like your persona, because you're like so funny. You're a great shit poster. I think
yeah.
like every time you post something on the timeline, I'm laughing so hard. And I'm
Oh,
like, how is it that not everyone is laughing with me? Like you're so funny. And and also like the looks, like you look like a brat doll and everything. You're just
oh,
like for
thank
me,
you.
just a bunny. And so yeah, I've been following you. I think like I met you through Chelsea or something like
Yeah.
that, or friends. I don't even remember, but you're super well connected also with like all the girlies in the space. Like, how did you meet?
I started off going to a lot of conferences and just getting people's contacts. I've been lucky. I've gotten invited into like to a lot of dinners and like girl hangouts. Like everyone's just been pretty kind, and I feel like just doing the same back expands your connections. And also, I live in the US, so it's very easy for me to travel and also meet people who are based here as well.
Sometimes I'm like, it would be so good to just live there, but I mean, it's easy to travel to conferences anyways. But then you made a small experiment, um, which was really funny. Can you explain, like, what did you do? What was your goal? And did you achieve your goal?
So I made a tweet that went viral during a very big night, and yeah, I gained like 20 to 19K followers. And I'm always doing experiments with my account to see what works and what doesn't. But I think in general, what I've learned on growing your account is you could be funny and you can be a major shit poster, but that doesn't always come to you. Like, I don't think I'm always funny. Like, I was in a very weird creative funk for a while. And what I realized is that a lot of the big accounts add value to some capacity. For instance, Ansom's account, he's like he shows meme coins and whatever, but and he's also funny. Same with like who else is funny? Arby Strobel, she's also really funny. But I think people follow them and respect them because they add value. For instance, Ansom, he had like his trading journal. I'm sure it still exists. And a lot of people talk about how much it actually made them money. And then
Did you
Aubrey,
say like trading journal?
yeah,
Like,
he had a trading journal
okay.
a while back. I don't know, it probably still exists, but he started like some trading journal or whatever, and it added a lot of value for people because it made people money. And then people like Aubrey, she she's like a journalist, and even Tiffany Fong, like her X account is so outrageous, like major shit poster, but she's also a journalist. So I feel like you can't just like I was just shit posting for a while and it wasn't working. It wasn't really gaining me those followers. And I recently just started my blog on teaching other women, everyone basically, on how to make a bag on X. And I'm going to expand that into how to also make a bag in crypto, like the communities that you should follow. And yeah. And then I just talk about my outrageous dating life and my mental health. I make it all a joke, but
But it's true that I guess you need to bring value because there's just so many people on X. There's so many people shitposting. There's so many funny people. But I think also the algo must work in some kind of way, like because maybe like you need to reach a point where maybe one of your posts gets like millions of views. Like I think your posts get like so many views as well, and then it shows your content to more people or something.
I think I'm averaging one, maybe 1 to 2K views per post. I think what's really been working for me is just staying consistent. Like, I think about something and I just tweet it, like right away. I also started a live stream on Twitter where I live stream myself cooking with my friends. It's a new series called Chop It Like It's Hot. Um, and I also just watch what everyone else is doing. Um, Emily, I forget her name, but she's like the queen of marketing. She's typing in all lowercase. She's making bullet points. I started doing the same thing. I think being a lowercase maxi actually works. Like when you go on big accounts, they're all typing in lowercase. I think you just need to like study what everyone else is doing, especially big accounts that are getting a lot of engagement, and do the same thing. No one really knows what the algo is, but I think, well, obviously during the election, if you like Elon, he's like a big Republican. I didn't really get involved on the politics side, but if you were bull posting about Trump, obviously you were getting a lot of engagement from that front. So I think what I've learned so far, what I'm hearing is the more time people spend on your posts, the better, the more engagement you get, which is why I also decided to start my live stream because a lot of people are on a lot of people are on the live stream and they spend a lot of time on there. So I think that's good for engagement. I think typing in lowercase is also good. I think posting one picture, one picture a day is also good. Um, yeah, those are, and all obviously catching any viral moment. If everyone's talking about peanut, um, like catch those viral moments.
Yeah, I did identify trends and also try to post around those. And I think that your advice of like spotting like accounts that you like that inspire you and maybe try and reproduce a bit like the same, like get inspired. I think this is also good. Like for example, I started posting videos and I think like shorts are really good. I get more engagement when I'm posting like a short video, for sure. But I'm still also in this phase where I'm trying to grow my account and I'm stuck at 3,000 something. So yeah, it's really hard. But also, I feel like if you're working on other projects and you go, you're invited for some X spaces and people tag you and this kind of thing, that also helps for sure. But and also like something that I really love is like you made that post, you got a lot of attention, and so you decided to bring your girlies to X and help them also like monetize. I think that's kind of your goal. And I love that because I feel it's like, okay, you got the attention, now it's time to help like others. How did you get that idea?
To be honest, I'm so for the girls. Like, if like you ever want me to like repost one of your tweets or whatever, I'm always so down. I just feel like I don't know, I just feel like it's so important for us all to be in like a winning position and to just support women. Like my goal in life is to really support women. Um, so that's kind of how I got the idea. Like I made some money on Twitter and I've been telling my girlfriends for a long time though to get on X. And I don't know, I was just like, guys, there's an opportunity here to make some money and it's also really fun. Create an account. And yeah, they did. And I was like, I'm gonna help you. Whatever you tweet, I'll just retweet it. I'll engage. I'm getting some attention right now. So yeah, that's just how I don't know. It wasn't even like a thought. It's just like, yeah, here's an opportunity. You should do the same thing. And that's how I've always been. I've never been like a gatekeeper or anything. So I feel like we women have so much power, and if we actually support each other, especially in crypto and CT, um, we can get really far. Because it seems like the boys have it figured out. Like the cabals are, I don't know, the cabals are mostly guys. I feel.
I think we've been taught somehow as women from, throughout history that we kind of need to fight to get where we want. But now I feel like there's no need to do that anymore. Like it's so weird. Like I'm a girl's girl and that's like you. If I can help other girlies, I just want to do it. And I love like all the girly stuff and being with girls and pushing girls forward. I think it's really important because many are not going to do that for us. So I love it. And then you said that you started a blog. Is this
Yes.
blog for girlies or it's just for everyone? Like, what are you going to talk about?
The blog is for the girlies, but I feel like my target audience is the girlies. I just I talk to so many guys who are making so much money in crypto and just making so much money in general. And I talk to a lot of girls and they're just like, I don't have any money. Like I can't afford my lifestyle. I can't upkeep my lifestyle. I feel the same way. I'm just like, why can't I afford to do, to do the things that I've always been able to do? Or even upgrade, you know what I mean? So that's just been my focus for a while, just to make the girls money. So it's like I just made some money on X. I want other girls to start making money on X too. Um, Obviously we're seeing the girl cabals like launch tokens. Like, I'm so down for stuff like that where we're all coming together and we're pushing to make money as well. Because it just feels like it's the boys. It's been the boys for a while. It's also our time to shine because we deserve it. And a lot of women in crypto and in general just work super hard and are just not getting paid enough. So it's time for us to shine. And I feel like women are realizing that now. Actually, I don't want to say they're realizing that now, but I think for a long time it's always been a little bit harder for us to achieve success at the level of how men do. So when someone else comes on, women are usually hesitant to give them a free pass and put them on. So they gatekeep because it's like, I work so hard for this shit. You should go through the same thing that I did. And I feel like people are starting to get past that and just like, let's just support each other. We actually move much, much further together than against each other. So,
So how does it work? Like when can you get paid?
okay, so you absolutely have to get X Premium. I think it's like $11 per month and like maybe 100 or $89 per year. You have to get it. It's a requirement for getting monetized on X. You have to have 500 followers, which you already have, and then you have to have 5 million impressions within 3 months. And I feel like that's the hardest thing to achieve with that criteria. And yeah, I feel like the things I just listed, finding um, what's trending and making sure you're staying on trend with your tweets, typing in all lowercase, long form, making sure people spend a lot of time on your tweets, doing live stream, whatever. That will really increase your engagement. And what else? And just staying consistent. But yeah, you definitely need to have X Premium to get monetized. And who knows, maybe you already have reached that 5 million impressions. So you can look it up on your, I don't think you can look it up if you have a basic account, but if you have a premium, you can look at your X, your analytics. And having premium also does boost your engagement, I think.
Like, what are impressions? Are impressions like everything?
It's
Like,
everything. So it's views, it's replies,
okay.
it's how people engage on with your tweet. So if someone likes it, that's a form of impression. If someone looks at it, um, replies, retweets, those are all impressions. Also, one big thing that I learned, which I didn't know before, was being a reply guy. So you post under tweets that are either going viral or you post under really big accounts that get a lot of engagement. Uh, and you have to do it fast. Like for instance, if Elon posts something, you have to post something under his tweet right away. If you wait a little longer, um, you don't get impressions. You don't really get that much engagement on that tweet. But yeah,
So then when you have 5 million impressions, is there like a fixed salary or whatever it's called that you get, like $1,000 or $500?
so I think so. I made 1,100 something. I think,
1100?
yeah, in 2 weeks. And I didn't get paid for my viral tweet because I got community noted. So if you get community noted, you don't get paid for that tweet. But like I got paid for everything after that tweet because I had a lot of engagement on my account. So imagine if I got paid for that tweet. I feel like I would have made much, much more because that tweet alone had like maybe 16 million impressions. And then everything else I had, I think was like maybe 1 million impressions. So just imagine if I got paid on that tweet. That would have been so good. Um, but I think there's like nobody knows how it works. Everyone's sort of confused how this thing works, but I think a lot of accounts have bots and you don't get paid if you have bots. Like I've never bought a bot. I grew my account organically. So it's like I made 1,100 and then some other guy who has 1 million followers made like $300. And it's probably because he has a lot of bots and like his followers are fake. So yeah, sometimes you look at these payouts and it's very confusing, and I think it's because pe- people are using bots. I don't know how it actually works. I think X gives out 5 million to its creators. It's either that or whatever however much money they're making through their ad revenue sharing. So if I don't know if like a big comp if like a lot of if they made a lot of money from ads in those 2 weeks, they give their creators a certain percentage. So maybe it's like the higher the percentage, the higher maybe it's like the amount of money they made that in those 2 weeks they give a percentage to their creators. I don't know, but I don't know how like the payout works because I see accounts where I'm just like, damn, you're probably making like 20K, like Tiffany Fong, but they're making $300, and I think it's
But I mean, anyways, I think that as a creator, I guess that if I could start off with making like $300 a month, if I pay for the blue mark like $100 a year, I think it's still cool. And
that's
and
such a
I'm
good
gonna try.
investment. I was saying, yeah, it's a great investment. Try
Yeah,
it.
it's a great investment, and I feel like because, I started monetizing on Lens because I'm using
Mhm.
Lens since 2022. And I was like, oh, this is so revolutionary, which it is. But then, like, people started going on X to also get monetized. And I feel like the creator economy is really here. I feel like, I don't know, in the next years, we're going to see more and more people like creating content and getting like money out of it. And how do you see yourself in like 5 years? What do you want to become? What do you want to do? Do you want to be like a
Oh,
content creator or
oh, that's such
brand?
a, sorry. I have to stretch for this question because it's such a loaded question.
Yeah.
That is such a loaded question. I've done a lot of things. Like graduated I graduated college with a computer science degree. It's like, why didn't you become a software engineer? Because I didn't want to be a software engineer. Um, and then obviously I was consulting, hated it. And then like I was in crypto, and then like I started off like I was doing ecosystem and growth later on. But I don't know, I just really value my freedom. I don't know if I want to work for someone full time. I think I definitely want to start my own thing in my own company. And I feel like I never knew I was funny. I never knew I was witty or whatever. And, I went on all these socials and I was very honest and very vulnerable and I made it as a joke and people started relating to it. So I just started like honing in on that. I'm like, oh, I'm kind of good at this, I guess. Cool. So as time progresses, I feel like I want to have a brand. I want to start my own brand. And I don't know if it's, I don't know if it's like, I feel like when you start like being influential, you can start any brand you want, right? Like Kim Kardashian and all these celebrities, they all have a brand. And she didn't really have a brand before. She got famous and then she started her branding. So I think I'm kind of like leaning towards that direction. I'm on, I'm not, it's not really clear to me what brand I'm going to end up with, but I really care about skincare and I want to do something in skincare at some point. I really care about making women money and supporting women. So I've started my blog on how to make the girlies a bag. Um, I also like attention. I actually really do. I don't like attention in person, but I do like the attention that I get on X. So yeah, I think just starting a brand and launching a few different things from that. Um, I also want to be able to do storytelling, so maybe I'll write a book at some point. It won't be a serious book, but it'll be like how my ex is. And I've learned a lot this year about myself and just about the world. So I want to share that with other girlies.
I've been trying to grow my JessyFries brand, and I feel like I graduated from business school. I tried to work in also, some companies, but I also feel like I have always wanted to do my own thing. And I feel like
Yeah,
it's so nice when you're free. You can wake up whenever you want. You can just have your brand and have it exactly like you want, and no one can tell you like, oh no, this is too much like that. This is too girly. This is whatever. And you're just like doing your thing. And I think that for me, I see you as a great leader, and so I wouldn't be surprised if, like, a couple of years we see the lean up and maybe like giving advice to girlies on how to like make money and I don't know, skincare also is something I love. Like, what's your favorite skincare?
I use Kiehl's a lot. I swear by Kiehl's, but people are like, "Oh my God, you should do more." Like it's not as natural, but I swear by Kiehl's. I That's basically all I use, and I just steam my face maybe like a few times a month,
Steam?
maybe once every 4. Sometimes I go to the sauna, or like I
So
have a steamer at home and I just steam. I use retinol as well. Um, I use hydroquinone. I don't know if I'm saying it right for hyperpigmentation. I use sunscreen. So yeah,
yeah.
I'm I'm really big on skincare.
But imagine like if you created the Linda brand and then you would create like your first product. Would it be like skincare or more makeup? Do you have like an idea of your favorite product that you would start doing if you had money?
So this is a secret, but I'll reveal it here. Um, I have already started researching this fruit that's used in West Africa and using an extract of that fruit to make a skincare product. It's in there. It's in the research and development phase right now. And my goal right now is to make some money so I can actually support that research. It's really hard to raise when you just have an idea and you don't have a product. So I'm trying to have a product and then when it works and then I have something to show for it, I will do a raise. So the skincare idea is already in the works, so we'll see what happens. It's just a matter of like not having a lot of liquidity to support that research.
But it comes back to the fact that as girls, like not every girl, but many, I mean, skincare is expensive. I used to spend like so much money on skincare. It's horrible. Now I'm trying to kind of have like some products for the summer and some for the winter and not buy when I see something else. But I feel like if you want to have like, I don't know, like a real girly girl lifestyle, it is expensive. So,
Oh, girl, our lives are so expensive. Like, I can't even. What do you use for your skincare?
okay, so in the winter, I use a lot of French like brands like La Roche-Posay. So I put like basic like eye cream, then I put some toner on my skin, then I put like I have this CeraVe. I don't know how to say that in English. So the serum with hyaluronic acid, and then I put a cream. Like I put a shit ton of cream. Otherwise, my skin is so dry here. So I use that, and then sometimes at night I use retinol, not retinol, but retinol.
Okay.
Have you heard
What's the
about retinol?
what's the difference?
Okay, so apparently retinol and is like a bit more harsh for your skin, but retinol apparently is closer to the real retinoids, like the
Okay.
ones that you can get from the doctor or whatever, the prescription one. And yeah. Do you have like a girly in the space or a project that is run by girls that you really appreciate more than another one? Like,
So, projects. A girly in the space that I absolutely love and adore is Chelsea. She's one of my best friends. I love her so much. I'll literally do anything for that girl. She's such an amazing person, like good, like inside and out. She's like ride or die. I don't know. I can't stop saying enough great things about her, and she deserves everything. She deserves the world, and yeah, I really appreciate her. So that's my best. That's basically my best girlfriend in the space, and my best friend in the space. Period. um, Projects that I appreciate that are run by a woman. It's Chipped by Winnie. Uh, it's fun. It's actually something that girls use. Like a lot of girls wear nails. Um, so I really appreciate her putting the girlies on to such a cool product. Who else? I also love Grace. Is obviously Brian is the brand of Lonely, but Grace is such a sweetheart and she's so hardworking and she really is just such a girl's girl. Princess K, who pretty much got me a job at Emoji Coin when I had no job and I was looking for work and she was like, "Hey, do you want to come on and like help us run some content?" I really appreciate her for that. She's super nice, super sweet, very supportive girly, and Kiki, who also was very supportive in onboarding me to Emoji Coin. Um, and Maddie, I'm not sure you know her, but like she's like a VC, and she just DM'd me one day and invited me to her dinner, a girls' dinner, and I that's how I met Tiffany Fong, and I met all these incredible women from space. I met Maggie, and all these women that like I I look up to in the space. So it was really nice of her to just DM me and say, hey, like we're doing this dinner, come, like join our cabal. So I really appreciated her for that. And like the girls are launching blonde and brunette, like slay. And like
yeah, I saw you making your hair blonde. I thought it was
yeah,
fun. How did you do it? I was trying to find one for my hair, but
okay,
I
so you
tried
have to
TikTok.
literally send me the picture and I'll do it for you.
I will. But yeah, I just want to say, like, Chelsea is such a sweetheart. Like, I think she's so kind and she's a real girl's girl. Like, she also helped me a lot for, finding opportunities, like paid opportunities and like things like I don't know, like some people are just so just they just do things so genuinely, and it's like I'm so grateful, and I wish like more people would be like that for sure. But I also feel like this space is full of all these girls that are really cool, and we're starting to form, as you say, like a huge cabal. Like, I mean, the blonde and brunette thing is so fun, but it's also, I think it's going to change kind of the space forever. I mean, most of the meme coins for now, they were quite much, like guys and maybe undoxed people. And now it's like builders that are girlies in the space that are doing their own. So yeah, hopefully it's going to become something huge. And also, I want to tell you, I don't know if you spend time on Farcaster, but you can launch a coin like in just like you can ask a bot like, hey, create for example Linda, and you say the ticker is Linda, and you give a pic, and in sec it just creates your token, and that's it. And then you
Okay,
get
I need someone to help me with the forecaster economy because I don't get it. Like I don't know how people are saying be a reply guy on Farcaster. I don't know what to do to like get into the Farcaster ecosystem. And I feel like because I already have like such like I already have like a community on X and Lens, like I'm also not as motivated on Farcaster, but I heard there's a lot of good opportunity there and I really need to start taking advantage. So if you can help me
yeah,
or someone can help me, um just
yeah,
I don't know, figure out Farcaster, that'd be so appreciated.
No, I'd love to help you. And I think that at one point it was a bit silent. And now that there's like all this meme cycle, there's more people there, and now there's girls. So I think it's time to try and post there for sure. I'll help you. I'll
Oh,
send you a
thank you.
DM later, and I'll help you. Is there something that you want to say, like that is really important that you want to share with people that are going to watch?
I think that life always comes at you in full circle, and that's really one thing that I learned this year is whatever you put out there really will come back to you. And I used to set a lot of like crazy expectations for like my friends and like this is my life and all these like things that didn't matter. I placed my value on external things. Like, for instance, I'm so cool because I know these people in crypto and I'm so well connected. And I can go to like all the cool spots in New York City and I'm a cool girl. Whatever. None of that matters. I realize none of it matters. It doesn't matter who I know, where I can, like, places I can get into. It doesn't matter. Don't place your value on external things. It's really important to do that, the inner work, and figure out who you are, um, and what you want to do in life. And also just being kind and being supportive. Like, for instance, my group chat, my Cabal group chat, there's like 33 people in there, but we're all so supportive. Like if I want people to like engage with my tweets, I just send it in there and they're engaging and I do the same for them. So, and it's because I put that out there because I'm supportive, so they support me back. So, I think it's really important and I think it's really important to also build good relationships with people. Um, and maintain them. It's one thing to know, like like having a good network is great, but knowing, I don't know, like knowing Beyonce doesn't really matter if like you don't really have like a great relationship with her, right? Or if like it's for bragging rights. Like I'm cool because I know Beyonce, like who cares? Like what are you doing? Like what are you building? You know? Um, and I think that's basically what I'm learning this year and what I also want other people to learn. And also, fuck being nonchalant. Like, if something bothers you, just like get rid of it immediately. Um, I learned that through a lot of the relationships that I had this year, um, where I was just like interacting with people that just bothered me or rubbed me the wrong way. And I'd still like follow them on Instagram. And I don't know, just unfollow them, remove them. Like just get rid of anything that does not serve you well. Because I feel like what you're telling the world is that like this is happening to me, it bothers me, but it's okay because I want to act like I don't care, but I do care. And then like things like that keep repeating itself. Fuck it. Get rid of it. So yeah. I just like, I don't know, be fun and be kind and add value.
But sometimes it's like you support some people so much, but at the end of the day, they don't give two fucks. Or, when it's your turn to ask for help or whatever, they just turn their back on you.
Right.
I feel like, okay, bye. Like, there's no point of like just staying around people like that.
Right. You want to be around people that show up for you because you also show up for them. And if you're not around those kinds of people, then like, and I'm not saying cut them off. Like, I mean, I have friends where I felt like I show up for them more than they show up for me. And I think one thing my therapist said is like, loving your friends is enough. And I still love them, but I'm just not going to invest that much energy into showing up for you because, like, I know you wouldn't do the same for me. And it's not tick for tat, but it's important to be in areas where you feel loved and appreciated. Also, one thing that I want to say is as women, always always ask for what you want. Like always make sure you're getting paid for make sure you're getting paid. Um I have so many people reaching out to me like, "Hey, can you do this? Can you do that?" And it's like, what do I get out of it? And it's like, "Oh, like so many people want me to do free work." And I'm not down for that because they're not going to the guys and asking them to do free work. Um, so many guys have been asking me to do. I had a conversation with a guy the other day, and he was extremely rude because he wants me to launch like a Findom, not safe for work platform, sort of like an OnlyFans thing. And this is not the first time I've been asked. I've been asked this a few times now, and I don't know why people, and I have no issues with that. I have no issues with like people who make money that way, and I have no issues with those sort of platforms. It's just not something I want to do, and for some reason, it's confusing when I decline that. I that's not what I want to do. And I feel like it's always like being pushed on me, which is like I'm a bit weird. Um, and just like people are like, oh yeah, like we want you to work for us, but we can't pay you. It's like, you know, we want you to like do XYZ, but like can't. It's like I'm not really down for that. And I don't think girls should be too should be either. Because sometimes I hear some of the salaries the guys are making, and I hear about how much money they're making, and I'm in awe. I'm just like wow. So just as a girl, just go for it. Don't be scared to ask, and also don't be scared to say no when someone's like offering to give you an unpaid job. Just say no. Unless like you really believe in it and like it's like a friend and like I'm gonna be supporting a friend's projects that I'm still getting paid. It's not a lot, but I really believe in this person and I believe in what they're trying to build and they're so passionate and whatever. And I want to be a part of something like that. And he's so kind and I could tell like we're on the same page. Like those things are fine, but I get crazy. Like people are offended when I'm like, I don't want to work for you. It's kind of ridiculous. So yeah, that's my 2 cents. The Girlies don't.
And I think that a lot of people are used to women accepting some things because they're like, no, but you're gonna, you're gonna get visibility or you're gonna get this and that. No, we don't want visibility. I mean, we're not starting off our careers. I think it's always important to get paid and yeah, asking what you want. And I feel the best is like when you ask what you want and you get it. And I feel it's so rewarding because it feels bad. Like when you're not used to it, kind of, like, hey, can you pay me this much or can I have a raise or whatever? It feels like stressful, but once you get it, you feel more confident and then it's easier to kind of grow how you want.
Know your value and make it work.
Yeah, totally agree.
I'm not perfect.
Mhm.
I'm not perfect at all, and I'm not even successful at all. Like I'm barely making any money. Um, but this is a start. So, and this is just
It's
whatever.
just the beginning. It's
It's
just
the
the
beginning. It's the
and
beginning to really great things for all of us. I
yeah,
truly
no, for
believe that.
sure. And yeah, I'm definitely gonna like follow your journey. And I once again, I really love you and what you do. I think you're hilarious. Like really, I love
Thanks.
it. Like keeping yourself, keep posting the cool stuff. And I hope that like in a year you're gonna become so famous. And I have a last question for you. Who do you think that I should invite for the this series? I already invited Chelsea.
If you can get Winnie, that'd be great. Winnie's awesome. Grace. Grace is also really awesome and she's really nice and she's like she'll be like I think she'll be down. And then Katie, she's doing Reply Girls. Um, so I don't know. Maybe you can go on her show and then she'll go on yours. It was so nice to talk to you, girl. All right,
I'm
talk soon.
going crazy, I don't know what I